Welcome to the Shakaama Live Show with your host, Shakaama. The Democrats are now out of control. I think it's finally time we came to terms as what is really going on. While politics is a low-down, dirty business, there was a time when politicians and major news outlets behaved with dignity, respect, and diplomacy. We all knew the politicians did not like each other, but they would never stoop to using common language that common people in the streets would use to express their disdain for each other, nor create an atmosphere pregnant with the most base street environment where you would fear for your very existence at expressing your difference. But here we are today, in their lust for power and to appeal to the masses and the lowest common denominator, and to get the most basic, uneducated voter to even understand what is going on. Democrats now use street language, and the news parrots it to get the most base man and woman to side with them. Hey, they talk like me. I suddenly understand everything they say. Or at least that's what the Democrats think that most crass of the public says to themselves. They also have cultivated tribalism. Us versus them, to the extreme. No longer can the voter potentially deviate in voting for the different candidates based on the merits of the topics. They must be made to utterly despise all other parties, no matter the cost, even to the point where the other candidate might be proposing the best solution to the problems facing the nation. They must be made to vote against their own self-interest, because they are the enemy. As Democrats keep using base, crass language and employing tribalism as a political strategy, they keep going down this path of not only hating all opposition, but also promoting the idea that all other political thought hates them. This creates a tense environment where you end up with liberal groups showing up to political speeches to beat up the audience, calling the listeners all sorts of crazy names. Because that's what the Democrats and the news media says they are. An audience has come to attend a speech, and instead they are presented with not protesters, but an insane mob out for physical showdown. It's no matter how did we get here, we all know how we got here, but I will answer the question. No one wants to know. Why are the Democrats so disgusting now? During the lead up to the second term of President Barack Obama, the Democratic Party was poised to be dissolved. Not only was Obama not going to make a second term, but Democrats weren't going to be a party any longer. Various groups had formed which attracted people away from the Democratic Party, and they were fleeing like rats from a sinking ship. It got to the point where they were desperate cries from the mainstream media to stop the hemorrhaging. If the Democratic Party failed, so did the mainstream media, because they might actually have to report real news. Obama presented the only strategy they had to rally the black vote, with the black supporters going full hog on the black vote. Others fell in line. If blacks were still going to vote Democrat, surely I'll vote with them. And so the entire party was saved by a voting bloc that the Democrats had never paid attention to, or a voting bloc that the Democrats have paid nothing more than lip service to. Imagine their horror when Trump won the nomination of the Republican Party. Trump was an icon in the black community. He was a boss. He was rich. He took no prisoners. And he promoted black people over the years. He was the coolest rich guy they knew. And he donated to black causes from time to time, winning him awards from black political, social, and religious groups over the years. Democrats went into overdrive. They made sure to smear him to the very black people that admired him. And it would have worked if it hadn't been for the pesky kids. If it weren't for the fact that when he first said he was running, a ton of black rappers made Trump raps for him. If you don't know, rap is the #1 go-to for Hollywood and the music industry. It's very easy to produce and it's cheap, so they can pump out raps like nonstop, and they can say whatever they want to say. So imagine the horror of the Democratic Party when they started making Trump raps and Trump started winning the nomination. No one expected him to win, so making rap songs about him was brushed under the table. Those raps songs came back to bite the Democrats late in the presidential campaign because their smear tactics kinda failed. When there were recent rap songs singing his praises and saying how awesome he was, what a boss he was. Also remember, Trump was a Democrat right until the moment he announced for the Republican Party. So for black rappers who are not really up on the shifting tides of politics, he was still rich, no holds barred Democrat. He got millions of black votes for him. Mostly black men. The female strategy of the Democrats still worked on black women. As Democrats went into overdrive, denouncing, smearing Trump, more and more black men have seen the Democrats for what they are. Very slowly, black women are too. And so, as the black leave the sinking ship of the Democratic Party, so too do others. Democrats aren't dumb. They see the writing on the wall, but unfortunately, that has made them even more desperate. They have gone into full beast mode, smearing people left and right. Full tribalism, full of very bad, rude, and disrespectful language in their mouth. Thank you for watching the Shakaama Live Show. Please subscribe, leave a like. Tell me what you think. This is an intellectual corner. You're all welcome. Even if you're not a libertarian, I welcome all of you all to leave a comment. Thank you.